So Envy Energy has their rate increase approved yesterday by the PUC, the Public Utilities Commission, right?
Yeah.
And I am aghast at the level of spin in this from their talking heads and whatnot.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
So here's the first level of spin I want to just vent out to the world. So they go to the panel and they say we would like to be able to increase our rates by 9%. The panel says no to that.
Right.
And then they come up with this plan to do a demand-based pricing.
Right.
Convoluted.
Yes, it's the way they describe it is right now. If you imagine the charges that NV Energy charges us for power, it's two pieces of a pie, so half and half, so to speak. They get revenue from a monthly service charge, and they get revenue from the usage of the power that in your home, right?
Hour,
yeah, per kilowatt hour, right? So they're saying no, we're making it better. We're going to add a third slice to the pie, and this will be a charge related to the peak usage of your household on a 15-minute basis throughout the day. So each day, as I imagine it, and I could be a little off on this, but each billing cycle, certainly, they're going to look at what is your highest usage in a 15-minute increment and do a fee based upon their hourly kilowatt per hour, and that'll be an extra fee that they're adding to the bill. Oh, but here's the good part. NV Energy says, what we're also going to do is we're going to adjust down our service charge and we're going to adjust down our hourly kilowatt price. Mm-hmm. And so the average homeowner, if they don't change their usage, would see their bill remain the same. I'm like, where is the level of cow poop that I'm stepping in here?
Yes.
Because here's where it starts for me. They said, hey, we spent $250 million last year upgrading systems and this sort of thing. And so now we need to recoup that cost. And that's why we need this rate increase to be able to pay for all those improvements of bringing power more reliably to homes throughout the area. So what they're saying is we need to make more money. But then they're telling us, with the other hand, most of your bill's going to stay the same. Yeah. So what's true, guys? Which one's the lie?
Right.
Yeah.
Either you're not going to make more money or I'm going to pay more.
Right.
One of those two things has to be true, right? And the way they're spinning it to try to say it, and this was another layer for me, which was, how much do you think the average power user is going to see their bill change? Well, because you didn't increase us or let us increase by 9%, we don't have the exact numbers. So we can't really say how much you're going to save or how much you're going to go up because you didn't approve what we asked for in the beginning.
Right.
Like none of them have simulated out what the pricing's going to do.
Exactly.
This business that is in the business of making money, it doesn't have any idea if they're going to make more or not. So what's the point of the rate of increase if you don't know if you're going to make more money?
Right.
Right.
So, and I understand you're trying to make me believe I'm not going to pay more, but somebody out there is. Who's that person?
I think I know who it is.
I think it's me.
I think it's people who have solar.
This is the great point.
This is the because on my solar, I'm not really paying for kilowatt hours right now.
Or you're paying less. Well, I used to make more money on you than when you had no solar because you were buying all your power from me.
Of course.
Yep.
Now you're getting power from what you create, right?
Exactly. And I'm giving and I'm basically selling you my excess.
Yeah,
essentially.
Right.
Not getting paid for it, but I'm getting credit for it. Anyway.
Right, this is bad for my business.
Right.
I can't have this.
Right. You can't have a customer who's actually charging me money. I'm a customer charging you money.
Right.
Essentially. You know, so I get it.
I'm in the business and let's put this foundation out there. So NV Energy is granted a monopoly to sell power to the citizens in our area.
Right.
As part of getting that monopoly, we have the right to control, the public has the right to control what they're charged. Like we have oversight over their billing and their fees that they're allowed to charge. That's why we have this Public Utilities Commission. But as a give back to that, if you agree to do this and allow it to be subject to what we say you can charge, we guarantee you a certain amount of profit.
Right.
Right? A percentage of profit.
Right.
Now, you're a business owner. You want to make more money every single year.
Right.
In this model, what do you have to do?
Spend.
I have to spend more every year.
Yep.
Because the more I spend, the larger the sort of the denominator on this and the more actual dollars I make because it's a percentage of a larger amount. So that $250 million they spend to improve is $250,000 of expenses that they spend that they can then make their, 10 or 12% profit on whatever that number
Right,
really is. I
right.
don't know that for a fact, but that's how they make more money is
Yep.
by raising the cost of the service they provide year
Yeah.
by year.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So either pay their CEO a little more, like they just got in trouble for spending like $1.2 million at Red Rock Casino
Yeah.
on fancy liquor and a party and all this kind of stuff, and we have to pay that because that's
Yep.
a cost of them doing their business.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Anyways, all of this, and I know I'm ranting, I apologize, but all of this is so much about we want to make more, and so we need to be spending more, and we need you to let us charge you more. Now, going back to your point of the solar, I think this is, they're never going to admit it on the surface, but one of the gotchas inside this is this. If you're a solar user, your total usage is down because your panels are producing power. So if I change the billing to say, whatever is the most amount of power that you use throughout the day in a 15-minute increment, and I get to charge you more for that 15 minutes, let's say, then I got extra revenue from you as a solar panel user.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So I can get you to pay more even
Yeah.
though you're using less power from the system.
Indeed. That's exactly
Gotcha.
right. No,
Gotcha. I win.
You're right. I think that's exactly what strategically that's what they were looking to do, because they see more and more people going to solar.
Yes.
They see more and more solar systems going in throughout the valley, and they see that's reducing their revenue dramatically.
Sure.
And so they're looking for a way to get money from the people who are doing solar.
Right.
I understand it. Look, they're just like another government agency. I mean, they really are. They're like we got to have a budget. If we want our budget to go up, we have to spend more
We have
money.
to spend the dollars.
We
Yeah.
have to spend it to get it. And if we don't spend it, we ain't getting it.
Yeah.
And that's the way it works. And so I understand that. I can tell you that I know somebody who used to work at Southwest Gas. Same situation.
Yes.
Basically,
Another public
they know
utility.
they have a budget they have to hit. They have to spend so much money so they can continue to collect that much money.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to collect more money, they got to spend even more because they only get a ratio. A percentage of profit.
Correct.
And so if they don't have enough revenue, they don't have enough profit. And so that's how they operate. So yeah, look, the alternatives. A few years ago they talked about breaking up the monopoly on electricity.
Right.
They talked about letting other vendors come in, and that got defeated soundly because it's got a very poor history in other states of it actually cost people more money.
Sure.
So
Texas, right?
and it was strange
Yeah.
in Texas. Yeah, they were
It's
getting,
all part of the Enron scandal back in the
they
day.
were getting creamed down there, so we didn't want to do it. So we kind of like just having the one player that we can kind of watch over, and they have a monopoly.
Right.
We can watch over them and make sure that their profits are reasonable. I suppose I don't know, but yeah, you're right.
These guys are. I'm not doing anything wrong as they pickpocket you.
Right.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
they
It's just-
changed the math. They're changing the math.
Yes.
Ideally to get themselves more money,
Yep.
but they're changing the math maybe to be a little confusing, maybe to
Right.
confuse the regular consumer. But also, you're absolutely right, John. When they say they don't know, they know. They
It's
know
just
the impact this is
talking
going to
points.
have,
Absolutely.
and they know that the impact it's going to have is going to affect those who have solar much more so than those who don't. And that's just a fact. I mean,
yeah,
the math says that.
Sure.
Do you
Yeah.
have solar?
I do have solar.
Do you,
and so,
John?
I don't.
yeah, I have solar. So
I have yet to find a
So
contact.
you need to thank me for picking up more of your tab.
I
Okay,
have
that's all I'm
solar
going to
too.
say.
Honestly, that's going straight to their pocket. I'm not seeing any of that.
Well, at least you don't pay. You're not paying the increase like I'm going to pay.
Yeah, I
that's
have
the
solar,
thing.
solar too, so I'm gonna watch
Oh,
and
okay,
I'll
you have
complain.
solar too. Okay.
I'll complain.
All right.
Well,
Well,
why
look.
does this Public Utilities Commission just approve it every time? I can't remember.
Well, they
a
don't
time where
approve it
they
every
say no.
time. They don't approve it
Okay.
every time.
Oh, they didn't approve the 9% increase.
Actually-
Great. You only gave
No,
them
I
7.
think they-
I don't know. I just,
Well,
8.78.
yeah.
where is the incentive built into the system to lower pricing for consumers? What about some structure that says if you can reduce the cost to consumers by 10%, we'll let you increase your profit margin by 5%?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
if both those things are true, because you're so much better at generating power, you're doing it that much more efficiency that you can scrape off a little more cream for yourself and keep it as a business,
Yeah.
but your consumers are actually paying less. That's the alignment I'd like to see.
That would be a magical alignment.
That'd be lovely.
Yes.
In a world where everything's going up, somehow utilities go down.
Right.
That would be amazing.